afraid, that boy trembling in that night. And you see him sitting in his room. You ever had a big day the next day? You ever had a big appointment the next day, and all night long you roll over and look at the clock every 15 minutes? Can you imagine knowing that the death angel was coming by your house? I believe there was fear down in the heart of that boy. There was uncertainty of what the night would hold, and surely there was an uneasiness down in his heart. But I'm going to tell you how good God is. He not only had them take the lamb of that blood, the blood of that lamb, and apply it to the doorpost, but he said after you shed that blood, he said, I want you to roast that lamb with fire, and he said, I want you to prepare it, and I want you to eat that lamb. Now, he said, I want you to get all you can get of that lamb. By the way, you know how much of the lamb you got tonight? You got as much as you want. Here's a little help right there. You know how much of the lamb you got tonight? You got as much as you want. He said after that lamb is prepared, then fill up, eat all you can. And he said, whatever is left, burn it with fire and do away with it. I didn't understand that. I prayed and I said, Lord, why did they burn it? Why did they do away with it? And the Lord spoke up in my heart and said, because they wasn't going to need it in the morning. Sounds to me like this might be a once is enough kind of lamb. Sounds to me like once that blood's been applied, sounds to me like once that flesh has been eaten, once that blood has been used, sounds to me like once just might be enough. He said you shed that blood and you put it up, but then after that blood's been applied, then you take that lamb and eat it. Amen. You ever, I'm asking to be nice. I can tell I know the answer just by looking, but I'm going to be nice. Have you ever eaten so much you could feel your heartbeat down in your stomach? Yeah. Now some of y'all ain't giving me a witness and you ought to. Amen. You ever eat so much you just crawl up on the couch and Billy Kelly said, you're so full you can just reach in and touch it. He said, the only thing not full is your neck, and that's saved for dessert. Now, you don't sit there and look at me like I'm running, but I know there's some folk in here know what it's like to have to loosen up after suppers. Amen. He said, eat all of that lamb you can eat. It fall on that lamb. You know how good the Lord is? He let that blood be applied. And then he said, not only allow the blood to be applied, but then I want you to eat that lamb. Watch me now. They've got the blood on them. One man said that those doors are so small in that part of the country, especially in Bible times, that as they went out in and out of those doors, as they brushed against those doorposts, he said they were a blood-stained bunch as they left Egypt that night. He said as the blood trickled down the post onto the floor in the front entrance of that home, he said as they went through that night, he said there was bloody footsteps leading out of Egypt that night. Thank God, I'm glad to say that the blood has been applied. Thank God they had the blood on them. But watch me now, not only did they have the blood on them, but now they've got the lamb in them. Listen to me now. I'm glad that the blood's been applied. But I'm glad I got something down inside of me tonight. I believe I'll say that again. I'm glad to know that the blood's applied. I'm also glad there's something down inside of me. When I got saved, honey, I got full of God. I'm glad there's something in me. That something in us is enough to carry us through the dark nights that we have to face. Now, there's enough of that lamb to get us in. Can I get a witness right there? There's enough of that lamb to get us through those dark nights. But I want to hasten on to my third and final thought. Watch this. Verse number 12, verse number 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, with your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Number 3, I'm glad there's enough of the lamb to get us out.
Amen.
You know what he said? He said, when you come to the supper table tonight, he said, don't wear your pajama breeches, don't wear your loafers or your house shoes. He said, don't come strolling down here like you might not have company. He said, put your pants on, tighten up your belt, put on your walking shoes, get your stick handy, because when we eat this lamb, you better be ready to get out of here. I got news for you. I'll Fly Away is more than just a song. It is the hope of every child of God. I believe one of these days there's enough of the Lamb to get us out of here. It's got enough of the Lamb to get me out tonight. He said, eat it in haste. You know what that means? It means when you eat of this lamb, you better be ready to go, because you just might. When you eat this lamb, you better be looking at the door, because you might be fixing to exit Egypt any time now.
Amen.
You really believe Jesus is coming back for those that's called back this way? Listen to me. This world really isn't our home. We're just passing through. We're pilgrims and we're strangers and we're sojourners. I'm here to tell you tonight that if the trump of God was